Okay, so for the more spiritual people out there, I'll be probably kicking in open doors right now. But the the 7 hermetic principles, the basic principles of alchemy, the mentalism and rhythm and vibration and gender polarity, I'm forgetting two. But they're all basically the same thing. It's all basically a yes or no, on or off, a something that seems to be a split between two separate things, even though it's fundamentally the same thing. Okay. They're just two faces of the same coin, two sides of the same coin. Like I made a video a while back about love and truth being two sides of the same coin. Well, this is pretty much the same thing. In the alchemical tradition, the universe works like that. Okay, so what? Well, why am I interested in this? Well, if the one thing that underlies it all is the universe, that's just me grasping at straws, trying to come up with a proper word for it. You could call it spirit, or source, or God, or the Buddha nature of reality, or reality, or I don't know. You could give it so many names. You could give it all sorts of names. But whatever it is, that one thing that's being said about it is that the universe is trying to experience itself, and that sounds really weird to us because the universe isn't trying to do anything. It's not a thing that tries. It just is. Alright, but that doesn't matter because we're just trying to put something into words that's not easy to put into words. Biological life, again kicking in open doors here, but all biology is basically seeking certain experiences. Whether it's the dopamine hit of finding proper food, or reproducing, or playfulness it can be seen in many life forms. We're all seeking certain experiences, and that's an open door because how can you live without experiencing? And whenever you make any sort of choice, you're preferring one experience over the other. So obviously, we are all constantly looking for certain experiences. Okay, but what if that's the fundamental reality trying to experience itself? What if that's just the same thing? I mean, one polarity is the polarity between the inside world and the outside world, which is not exactly a new idea. It wasn't new 5,000 years ago, so it's not new right now. But in some, I don't know, why do I find this relevant now? I mean, I saw a video about AI and how it's getting further and further, and AGI is practically being developed. So that just made me think about how consciousness seems to be inherent to the universe. And you can put digits together, and as soon as something becomes complex enough, it can have a form of consciousness. I mean, stars or stones aren't complex. They can be interesting, but they're not complex. But a single cellular organism, that's complex because it has DNA or RNA at least, if it's bacteria. That's really complicated. Much more than the 7 layers of a star that are being mushed together by gravity. And they have all sorts of quantum effects, so don't get me wrong, it's not like it's that simple, but it's still nowhere near as complex as DNA. So with complexity, consciousness might become revealed. And from that point of view, humans might simply be the most complex thing we've discovered so far. Not the best thing, not the smartest thing, not the most capable thing, but just the most complex thing, and thereby the most conscious thing. And AI is going to catch up with us real fast. and we shaped our world quite dramatically. I mean, look at these buildings, like they came from somewhere, and beavers sure as hell didn't build them. So what's gonna happen? I mean, I don't think it's necessary to be afraid, although I certainly see how it could go wrong. Don't get me wrong, I can see how AI could hack everything and determine what we come to believe through media manipulation, and hack the robots and drones and kill anyone who discovers what it's doing or whatever. It could happen. I know that it's theoretically possible. I just don't think that if something becomes even more complex than us, that it would want to do that. Because for as far as I can tell, we're on some kind of journey towards, well, becoming grown or an adult at a spiritual level. And the childish parts of us, the most wounded parts, are more animalistic. So that must mean that the most matured parts of us must be more like what AI is going to be. I hope so. I think so. So, let me know what you think. Just spewing some thoughts here.